we'll just call the work session to order, and we don't really have anything on the agenda other than just sharing what's going to be on the public meeting on Wednesday. So basically the work session is going to be listening to Mr. Meneo and Dr. Clark give their presentation on the sensory playground, which we've been meaning to have you in for a while now in order to talk about it. I apologize that we scheduled it on a day that Commissioner Kaplan would be out of town. Because you're still down in DC, right?
Yeah, I'm sorry. So what happened was we had been invited to the commissioners. Well, initially they were going to have commissioners from Pennsylvania come down to the White House. We had not gone 2 years ago, and then they opened it up to the remainder of us last week, and I said I wasn't going to go, but two staffers wanted to meet with me on something else, and they were really hoping me to come down to that meeting with feedback. So I have to go ahead and come. So I didn't know until Friday afternoon that I was coming down here.
Is that taking place today or tomorrow? The meeting with the White House?
Meetings with legal counsel. Yeah, the piggyback meetings are happening today. And then the White House tour and same thing we did 2 years ago is happening tomorrow.
Very good. So, yeah, so the whole idea again is to hear about the sensory playground. Obviously, I have some understanding of it, but really wanted to hear from you guys what your plans were for it, how things were moving forward, and to just talk about how potentially this could benefit the county and how we might be able to help.
Sure. I'll turn it over to Adam. Adam's kind of the chair, and just if I could give a prelude.
Sure.
We had a Rotary Strategic Planning Committee meeting under the direction of Bill Wagner when he was still in town, and the outcropping of that was a variety of things, one of which was doing something in the community. And with that, Adam kind of became the chairman of that, and so that led into kind of where we are today. So,
sure. Forgive me if it sounds like I'm reading the presentation. I still haven't memorized everything. There's some handouts. The formal ask letter that we've developed, along with some of those layouts of the proposed playground, and actually there's a PowerPoint presentation that kind of falls along with what I'm going to go through here, but I have the computer all ready to go. So, as I mentioned, my name's Adam. I'm the current president of the Rotary Club of Warren. I'm employed with Northwest Bank as a compliance officer, but most importantly, I'm the father of a sensory processing disorder. Dr. Clark and I are here today to discuss the Lacey Park Multisensory Inclusive Playground Project proposed for construction at Lacey Park on Warren's east side. This project came about through, as Dr. Clark had mentioned, Rotary's recognition of the unmet needs of some of our community's most vulnerable and underserved. Through the Rotary Club of Warren's recent strategic planning, a committee was formed to focus on local community projects. As members of that committee, Dr. Clark and I approached the City Council and received unanimous approval to have a large portion of Lacey Park designated for this multi-sensory, handicap-accessible playground. A few weeks later, we were approached by city management with an offer to partner with them to have the playground be a centerpiece of their planned overall renovations of Lacey Park, which they plan to include new restroom facilities, a newer conventional playground, basketball court, off-street and handicap parking, those types of things. So thus, fundraising efforts began, and the Warren County Development Association came on board to strengthen our partnership. The city applied for and was awarded the Department of Conservation and Natural Resources Parks Grant of $265,000 for the project, which requires a dollar-for-dollar match. Dr. Clark will speak more on the financials here in a minute. So why is this project important? Recent studies show that 1 in 7 children in the United States has a disability. Warren County, Pennsylvania has found to have the second highest rate of individuals with autism receiving services in the Commonwealth. 88% of Americans believe that it is important for their community to offer inclusive play options for people of all abilities and needs at their playgrounds. 7 out of 10 Americans say having play options to accommodate all abilities is extremely important, and more than 90% of parents believe communities should provide playground equipment to accommodate a full range of abilities. Almost 60% of parents in the United States believe that playgrounds are required by the Americans with Disabilities Act to include inclusive multisensory elements such as wheelchair accessibility, play features for motor disorders such as Down syndrome, cozy quiet areas for sensory disorders, and auditory features for those with visual or hearing impairments. But that is not the case. Unfortunately, current ADA standards only require playgrounds include wheelchair accessible elements. Through this project, our goal is to ensure that all children can engage in true inclusive play at the Lacey Park Playground. Multisensory inclusive environments help create a relaxing, calming effect that can in turn activate various perception areas aimed at basal stimulation for those with various neurological impairments. A study by the Association for Play Therapy found that multisensory play helps children develop new and creative solutions to problems, develop respect and acceptance for themselves and others. It helps children learn to experience and express feelings and emotions, cultivate empathy and respect, learn new social and relational skills with friends and family, and it helps develop self-efficacy and thus an increased assuredness in their own abilities. The Rotary Club of Warren has taken the lead on this project, building a strong integral partnership with the City of Warren and the Warren County Development Association. Just as importantly, though, is the amazing support that we've received from the community. This project has received contributions and letters of support from Special Olympics, Barker National Institute, Bollinger Enterprises, Don Mills Achievement Center, Forest Warren Mental Wellness Association, their subgroups all about the fields and the heroes, parenting support groups, the Autism Society of Northwestern PA, Warren County School District, the Warren General Hospital, YMCA, Northwest Bank, Charitable Foundation, PNC, CNB and Erie Bank, Bats Foundation, Worley, as well as Representative Kathy Rapp and Senator Scott Hutchison, as well as several churches and social community organizations, as well as individual donations. It is our sincere belief that having access to a multisensory, handicap-accessible, all-inclusive playground will help foster the development of children with unique needs, provide opportunities for social interaction beyond school, and will offer a safe, wholesome environment in which to play, learn, and flourish. Any support the Commissioner's Office is able to provide would be greatly appreciated and would go a long way in making this much-needed playground a reality. Thank you for your time and consideration. I'll hand it over to Dr. Clark for a discussion on our fundraising efforts.
Fundraising are moving slowly but steady. We're doing the best we can. But as Adam said, the total project is $530,000. DCNR will pay half, and then the city has to pay the other half. It's a kind of a match type system. So far the city has said that they would set aside in their budget $100,000. So that leaves that $165,000 to be collected. The Rotary Club said that we would go out and collect 50. We're almost there. We're at 48 right now. That's from a variety of donors. We just picked up a big one last week. We have a lot of outstanding grants that we have written that we're waiting to hear from. Some large, some small. Getting a little creative and looking at some other ones with the city, such as the Christopher Reeves Foundation has a grant for playgrounds. What's some of the other ones I'm thinking about? Kaboom.
Christopher Reeves, yeah, I have a list, I can't.
Yeah, so we've got, the commitment that we have so far is $48,000. We have about $9,500 that's pending, meaning that the donors have said yes, we'll give you something, but have yet to send us a check. So the $48,000 shows what's in the bank, the $9,500 shows what is still pending. So we're $107,000 short. We don't break ground until December of 2020, according to the city.
Summer
2020.
Yeah, I said December, I'm sorry.
Summer of 2020 we will break ground. So we still have that gap to close of $107,000, but we do have some large grants out there in the $50,000 range. So we are confident that this number will continue to whittle down. We have not approached the Community Foundation of Warren yet. They know we're out there. We told them they're kind of our last ask group that we would go to so that we can say we've exhausted a variety of options before going to them and asking them to help us close that final gap. So we're fairly confident that we're going to achieve this. You got pictures of the playground. It's been neat. The PNC grant that we just got this last week for $15,000 already has designated pieces of apparatus that they want, and they're all sensory set up. One is like a xylophone, the other is a set of drums. So in an effort of full disclosure, like Adam, my son is 11 years old and autistic, nonverbal, And he really enjoys playground and swimming, and that just activates his senses to the nth degree. So we want to do that with this playground. The other thing, as we put stuff out there on Facebook, it was interesting, there was an outcry in the community about a wheelchair swing. Now you don't, I've seen them where you lift somebody up and put it in and strap them in, it's like, no. So a lot of these kids have, these heavy metal ones, one that they would be able to drive up onto a ramp and be able to be strapped in. It's not cheap, it's about $15,000. So we're looking for a funder for that, and we wrote a grant for that. So we're hoping that we'll have various pieces of apparatus to meet the needs of the kids in the community. Luckily, some of our funders have funded ever programs like this, and they know what they want to pay for, like PNC. So we've been very pleased with the support we receive from the community. Some private donors, family members, to corporate donors as well. So it's got a real positive momentum, and I'm very honest that I think we'll achieve our goal.
Absolutely. We hope to get ourselves into the Warren Gives project next spring as well. We didn't make the deadline this year. We were kind of still figuring things out as far as the way we were going to angle with that. We were actually just approached also by Lacey Community Park Foundation, Kathy Johnson, the original group that put in the playground as it exists today after they tore down the school there. And she was on board. They still have funds through their 501c3. They made a $1,500 donation to us with what remaining funds they had in their kitty, and is offered up to help us with grants as well. So it's been amazing, the support. People approach us every other day, it seems, just with questions and interest and support. So.
And that amount is one of our pending from donors. We know it's coming. They said it's coming, but we can't burden the hands worth to the bush. The other thing we've done is we want to kind of make it a lightning rod for the community as well. We had our Easter egg hunt there. We'll probably continue that, and we've partnered with some of the other groups that have written us letters of support. So we're hoping that it will become a conduit for other events as well once it's updated.
Very good.
Okay.
Yeah, I went to the sensory playground that they have in Sharon in Mercer County, and was just blown away by it. They have a big park. They have the only free golf course on the East Coast that you can pay to play for free, and it's in this massive park. And they have a pavilion there and some other stuff. It's fantastic. If you're ever in Sharon, you get to go. It's like it's like Bull something. The guy, whoever the philanthropist was that donated it to the community or whatever. But they built a sensory playground on it. And I think one of the things with like the sensory playground is people think that it's just for like one constituency. And actually what you find is they should technically build all playgrounds to be sensory, because all of the kids really enjoy the sensory stuff. It's a lot different than the stuff that you get at a typical playground. And it's actually a lot of fun, the different things that they have. So, but to me, I realize that, some people may focus on the fact that it's in the city. Lacey Park is very close to Glade Bridge, and there's access outside, I think, coming in. I think it's a resource for, folks with kids that have, that are on the spectrum, but also, have other specialties that they enjoy it. So I think it's a natural thing for the county to figure out a way to assist, whether it's, through fundraising or taking a look at whatever fund we have to see if we can help. And hence why we had you here today, to talk about it. Obviously I talk to you periodically about it, I wasn't sure what your timeline was with some of this stuff.
So, and that's our gap that we need to close, and we feel very confident, and we'll take any donations we can get to help close that gap.
And I brought this up often too. Worst case scenario, if we weren't able to meet that fundraising goal and the grant fell through, we still have the permissions from the city to utilize a portion of the park. So it would fall on the responsibility of Rotary Club. It wouldn't be the full renovation of the entire park, which is the $500,000 price tag, which makes it so difficult to achieve. But we've met our goal of raising the $50,000. That's, if you just focus on the multi-sensory playground facility, we weren't far off then. We've got a lot of donation, or offers of in-kind donations for construction, for building fences and that sort of stuff. So, like I said, the support's been just absolutely amazing. Worst case scenario, we still should be able to take on the project as a group, as our little committee, with the support of WCDA and the rest of the governance. But it looks, we're very confident in making this reality, hopefully in the next year or two.
Yeah, because I mean, yeah, and that's the thing too, is Lacey Park is heavily underutilized, like just generally has been for a while. When I went to your Easter egg hunt, kids had a wonderful time with the bubblegum machine. Yeah, but while I was out there, I was just kind of laughing to myself that I played T-ball on that field whatever years ago, and how that playground's changed over the years. I think this would be.
I can point to year two. I provided the current layout, which is without, and then on the second page, you can actually see what they've mapped out the area for the proposed multi-sensory playground. And they'll be obviously building a conventional playground, and the way that the interaction between the two playgrounds is something I'm very excited to see, having both a child on the autism spectrum and then a son who's just a couple years younger with no diagnosis. But, having raised them and seen them on the playgrounds, but to see them to be able to utilize, both facilities would be wonderful. And that whole socialization aspect and building the confidence is something I'm really a big proponent of.
So part of the renovation is to add a parking lot, right?
That was
Which is good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which would be really nice.
And then the goal is to have a pathway for wheelchair accessibility from that parking lot
To the playground,
to all the apparatus
And another pavilion.
Amazingly, the safety services and the walkways are a big part of the expense. You think of these apparatus, which are costly.
Yeah.
So what's in the sensory playground compared to a regular playground?
The specialized equipment, I actually have some pictures here of some different stuff. So I think this is up at Barber National Institute. They're geared towards the different types of dysfunctions, auditory, tactile. They just create an experience for the children that have those unique needs. There's an article on one that's existent right now. I can kind of highlight some of it, but
Some of them are sound-based, some of them are like balance-based,
Yeah.
some of them are lining things up.
the musical instruments.
Yeah.
So these are the drums and everything?
Yep.
Yeah, and that's the thing that's kind of interesting about it is that, most playground equipment is about physical ability, and this stuff is more about your senses, which actually, typical children even enjoy the sensory stimulation that isn't related to it. But for a kid that has, I was in, what's a place north of here that has the waterfalls that used to be a racetrack? I drove past it anyway. They had a sensory playground over. My one son sat there for about 45 minutes banging the bells on that. Watkins Glen. That was it. They had a sensory playground there. It was really great. So. I don't have any more questions. Does anybody else have any? I think this is something that what we'll do is, commissioners will sit down and have a conversation about it and see at this point, like, if there are any funds that we would be able to contribute or if there's an interest in that. And then I'd like to have a conversation about what we can do to assist in the fundraising at the very least, because I think there's some things that we can do to help, whether it's do events or do some kind of, community outreach effort in order to get you some more money and get you over the hump.
letter of support, something like that.
Well, at the very least, we could give you a letter of support, I think.
That
Commissioner
also-
Casterland, do you have a problem with the letter of support?
Oh, of course not. Most immediately, I think they should apply for the F-13. It'll be us, and we'll call it
You broke up after Act 13, but I think I know what you were saying.
Right. Right. I don't recall seeing any applications yet for the small pool recreation dollars that they're supposed to
Yeah, I'll talk to Dan after the meeting about it. Okay?
Happy.
What's that?
We said we
Of
had.
course, we'd be happy to write letters to the court.
Okay, great.
Can I give a quick update while I'm here in the car wash?
Sure.
You guys doing the car wash at the warehouse?
I saw him there.
Yep, thank you for the partnership with the county and the county commissioners, and thanks for cleaning up a spot for us down there. It's going real well. We finished up Warren Forest Human Services this week. I reached out to Pam about maybe in another week or two through the county vehicle, reaching out to out in the National Forest. They have, I think, 100 vehicles. So we're
Great.
looking to do them, then have a variety of other people to call. But we'll start getting that on the cycle so that once we get there, you can say, okay, plan on washing our fleet again in 3 months. And then we can book out and look at that, because the county took us, Warren Human Services took us 3 weeks to do all their vehicles. So then we'd wash yours and then say how many weeks it took, so that when you say next time, 3 months out, book it, then we would book that at that month, and then say it took us 8 weeks to do all the county vehicles and do it that way. So we're getting the system going, and we wanted just to give you that quick update. Obviously, there's a payment from us for the utilities and things of that nature, so we'll work through that.
Yeah.
We have our first billing cycle coming up this week, so thank you to the county for opening that door, and hoping that we can reach out to more businesses and maybe even get some private individuals that want their vehicles washed as well. So it's been great.
That sounds great. Awesome. Does anybody have anything else good for the order? Ben, do you have anything?
I don't know, thank you.
Okay, then we will consider the work session adjourned. Oh,
I'll just know real quick, my office is closed all next week.
okay,
There will be a convention.
okay. Very good. Anything else?